Join me in the Mindfulish School for 200-hour yoga teacher training. It's a hybrid format, so 1 month of it is online to get the basics and the foundations, and then we meet in Bali for 2 weeks to really embody the practice and to learn to speak it and to breathe and move other bodies. So if you're interested, click the link in the bio. Would love to explore with you. Welcome to your practice. I have been on quite a little adventure lately. I took some time off of work and I found myself still full, which is my tendency. I was in New Zealand on a backpacking trip, and then I was taking a holotropic breathwork training, and then I just finished a death and dying training, and all of these, my propensity towards busyness is happening whether I'm working. Sometimes I like to blame it on work, like, I'm working too much, but it's very clear that it's happening anyway, yeah? Even though they're both delicious. I love my work and I love the play and the learning and the absorbing. But I'm really recognizing that there's one thing to receive, but the reciprocity has to be a giving and receiving. So what I'm taking in needs to be coming back out, like a call and response with life. And right now feeling very, very full. My sponge is full and am needing to integrate so I can process what's happening and all of the goodness. And then often, you know, when life is very challenging, if we don't have that pattern in order to support us to process, then we also miss that as well. And it keeps getting layered and layered and layered. So be it stress, which we tend to notice more like, oh, this feels rough. And sometimes it's harder to notice when we're doing the same pattern of piling on yet not absorbing. It's harder to notice often whenever it seems like, oh, but this is all really good things. But the pattern is the same. You know, where is the call and response? Where is the inhaling and the exhaling? And it's not just pulling in and putting away, it's letting digest what's happened, taking nutrients, absorbing, embodying what's happened, not just checking things on a list. You know, there's a very different thing than even, you know, yoga being an embodiment practice. Well, not always. It's only if we have space to absorb it. I've been in many a yoga class. I've been in many an event. I've been in many an adventure. Many a conversation where I'm actually not present. I'm actually not embodied. I'm just going through the motions. And that is something that we want to be aware of. Are we really living fully, or are we just doing? So in this practice, that will be all I'll give you word-wise, because I really want to get into the body, because I think that we can really absorb through this way rather than putting on more words, putting in more information. That's definitely what I need for myself, is less info, more integration. So we'll begin there with an inhale and an exhale. Remembering this pattern of receiving and releasing. This constant finding of balance. Balance isn't given, it's not a give-in. It's a practice. Find some spiral in the body, whether that be in the head or in the spine or in both. And I'll guide us through a movement practice today, but I really invite you to not pay so much attention to any alignment, to soften it, and to explore what feels good for you. And maybe that means shifting it, changing it, adding something, dropping something. And let this practice work for you. When you're ready, we're going to find ourselves into a downward facing dog, however you want to get there. And kind of get right to it. Maybe the hands are a little bit wider than normal. Maybe the feet are a little bit wider than normal. And explore here. Bend the knees. Wag the tail. Locate yourself within yourself. Lift the heels and slowly bend the knees down. Leave the arms long. Bend the knees so that they touch the earth. Press down through the knees and wave the spine up. Let the back of the heart lift. Slowly, slowly rising. The pelvis moves forward and cactus the arms. Suction through the palms. Let this be small. We've just began here. Heart pushes forward and then slowly the hands find the earth, downward facing dog. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift the heels. Leave the arms really long, press into the hands. Thighs come onto the belly, and the knees come down, they find the earth. When they do, they press down in the earth. Hands drag back as the back of the heart lifts up. Open the arms like an upward drip. Pelvis comes forward, cactus the arms, suction through the palms. And the hands wave down. Find the earth, downward facing dog. Feet find top of the mat. Big breath whenever you want it. Wave the spine a couple times. And feel in here how the back of the heart lifts. And then you find length. And then you pour forward. It's almost like a little three-part movement here. The rounding up, the lengthening, and then the descent. All right, bend the knees deep. Push through the feet, roll up with some vibration. Let the arms be really heavy. Arms go wide and up. Maybe you lift the heels. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift and put the weight into the left leg and the right leg lift. So you're in an L shape, but bend both knees. And then have an explore here. So make some big circles. Do whatever you like. Maybe the leg is straight and exploring or bent and exploring. Same as we would do in kind of downward facing dog. Just see what's happening here. And then take the right foot off the left side of the mat. Bend the knees deeply. And then plant the right hand so that you can see it right under your gaze. Left arm is going to peel back like a bow and arrow. Really bend the knees here. Whoosh. Maybe gaze up the left hand. Another invitation is to come slightly on the left pinky toe edge side of the left foot. And then pour forward. Left hand meets the right hand. Pour forward, press down. The legs stay as they are, and you're going to come all the way up like an upward drip. Open the arms, cactus them. Maybe lift both heels. And the hands go behind the back. Interlace them. Soften the knees again. Roll the shoulders back. Heart center comes forward as the elbows draw together and the fist drops. All right, bend the knees deeply, belly comes onto the thighs, and then pour forward. Maybe the arms drape over. Let the bones be heavy. All right, releasing the hands. The right hand comes back down as it was before, and then left arm peels open again. And this time, right leg lifts up and back. And then take a big step to the back of the mat, and the knee gently drips down. Push through the left foot, and let's come up and back. The slight cactus of the top arm, really let the heart plume up. And then come forward, both hands on the inside of the left leg. Let's swivel into sage pose. So pick up the right foot, and we'll swivel around and take a seat. This is a fave. Is it yours? I get a lot of comments around people loving sage pose. Take a moment here. feeling what you feel. We're headed to the back of the mat. Right hand plants. You shift however you need. Take this side plank stargazer here. Maybe the left hand comes behind the head. Press the head back into the hand as the hips come forward. A little bit of a heart opener here. Oof. And then heart spirals down. Downward facing dog. The other end of the mat now. Lift the heels. Wave forward. Soft bend in the knees and wave back downward dog. Tiptoe forward. Take many little steps, giving more weight to the hands along the way. And then ragdoll. Push through the feet as you roll up with a vibration. Arms lift, maybe heels lift. And exhale, hands to heart center. All right, other side. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, heart leads, fold forward. This time weight into the right foot, left leg lifts, bend the knee, and have a play here. Just move it in a weird way and see what you find. And eventually we meet in a little curtsy pose off the right side of the mat. Left hand goes right under the gaze and right arm peels back. Maybe gaze comes up to the hand, maybe not. Feel in here, find a little bit of sway, a little bit of movement. And then right hand comes down. Drop the head, get low, bend the knees even more, and then press into the feet as you have this like upward drip lifting. Cactus the arms. And then fold back down, leading with the heart. Left hand plants again, this time more towards the left side of the mat. And we'll peel open again, right arm lifts, and let the left leg lift as well. Big opening, strong pose. And then reach left toes to the back of the mat. Left knee gently comes down and push through the front foot, exalted warrior. Staying here for a moment, feeling in, maybe cactus the top arm. And then arms, torso come down on the inside of the right leg and swivel into sage pose. Take a seat. Hands to heart center, really open front thigh, steady breath. And back of the mat, hand plants. Shift how you'd like, stargazer. Oof. And release. Downward facing dog. Let's wave it out. Inhale, wave forward. A little bit different this time. Exhale, drip the knees down and hips go back to the heels. Chin to chest. Hands drag back towards the knees and lift up slowly, cactus the arms. And wave them down. Plant them downward facing dog. Slowly walk forward. Top of the mat. Bend knees deeply, press into the earth, roll up. Little bit of a vibration. Arms lift. And exhale, pour forward. All right, weight into the left leg, the right leg lifts. Bend the knee and have a little bit of an open, take some circles, and we land in curtsy pose. Right hand plants, left arm lifts up. just for a beat. Go all the way to the top and then bring it back down. Bend the knees deeply. We press down, lift all the way up. Cactus the arms. And wave back down. Right hand plants a little bit more to the right this time. Inhale, lengthen left arm and right leg lifts. Bend the standing leg. Pull back on the left hip crease. Stay with this strong pose and then step back slowly. This time leave the back knee up and lift into exalted warrior. Maybe cactus the top arm. Plume the heart forward. And then come down inside the left thigh. We come back to the back of the mat. High Skandasana, left hand plants, right arm lifts. High Skandasana, top of the mat, right hand plants, left arm lifts. Oof. And then one more. This time we turn top of the mat. Hands plant, downward facing dog. Slowly bring the knees down. Leave the arms long. Bring the knees down. And when they touch, stand into the knees. Come up, up, up. Pelvis forward, open the heart. And wave the hands down. This time we land in child's pose. Take a pause and let this land. Let these movements, this breath begin to assimilate. And we'll do the same thing on the other side, not adding anything new. Now just moving through, integrating. Downward facing dog. Slowly come to the top of the mat. Bend the knees, roll up. Lift the arms, maybe lift the heels, and then dramatic pour forward, bend the knees. All right, weight into the right foot. Left leg lifts. Take some big openings. And we meet in curtsy towards the right. Left hand plants, peel open with the right. And pour forward, bend the knees deeply. Wave all the way up and open. And back down. Left hand a little bit wider this time. And then inhale. Revolved half moon. Staying with it. And then big step back of the mat. Be sure the legs are on train tracks. Bend both knees, press down to lift up. Exalted warrior. And then pour inside the front leg and walk to the back. High Skandasana. Ugh, it's a delicious combination there. Other side. And once more to the left. And let's come to the center, actually. Turn the heels out. Sorry, the heels in, the toes slightly out, and take a goddess pose. And take the hands to the knees and drop one shoulder and then the other. And pulsing in the legs. You'll find your way. And then wide leg forward fold. This time heels out, toes in, pour forward. I like to have the knees a little bit bent. And options with the hands, you can take kind of downward dog on the fingertips. Or you can do the same thing and walk the hands in between and pull yourself through, your choice. Oof.
Wherever you are, wave the spine a few times. Just that simple undulation with the breath. And slowly heel toe the feet together. Lift the heels, bend the knees, and come into a little sit. You can have the heels together and the knees wide, or the knees together. Your choice. Let's see if you can find a little bit of a balance for a moment. Gaze at something that's not moving. Steady breath. Never sacrificing the breath. And then slowly come to a seat. Soles of the feet together, knees wide, Baddha Konasana. Few flushes out. Few ripples forward and up. And then find somewhere to sit. See where you'd like your hands, laying in the lap possibly, or maybe on the thighs, palm up, palm down. And after moving and breathing and opening the body, is there more space here to allow some absorption, some integration? What needs to land for you? What have you piled on that hasn't yet had time to permeate? And we have to stay porous in order to let things soak so they don't just slide off. We really want to be here for life. And it's hard to be selectively porous. We're going to have to open it all up, let it all flow through. And when we block some, we block all. So the invitation to you, the invitation to me, is to create, continue to create little spaces, to mindfully allow, to not only be putting in, but to actually be receiving, embodying. And to stay tuned in order to recognize when the things we're piling on are just sliding right off, and there's so much that we really don't want to miss. So to back up and to slow down when that happens, to release the palms, to open the heart, and see what we can receive. Thank you for practicing with me today. Thank you for practicing with you today. Hands together, thumbs at the third eye. Maybe practicing thanks here. Anyone you'd like to offer appreciation to? Or maybe just this practice in general. And sometimes I just pour forward and I don't even know who I'm talking to. I just say thank you, thank you, thank you. And that works as well. Big inhale. And out breath to close. Pouring forward. Good things. Yeah. I appreciate you moving and breathing with me. Yeah. Integration process is a real deal. And it's really hard to have on-the-spot integration. So as I mentioned, carving out space, it's not something that's like, put it on the to-do list, 3 o'clock. It's not like that. You know, it lands as it lands when it does. So creating that space and having the patience to let it. I'm excited to share the things that I've been learning as I absorb it, so more to come. But right now, I'm allowing it to percolate. It's been big. It's been good. So, thank you. See you next time. If you'd like to explore with one of my longer form classes, then I have a free gift for you. Just enter your email in the link above or the description below, and we'll send you one of my classes from CCY Studio. And you'll have more space to explore, as well as longer shavasanas. So see what you think. I hope you enjoy.